Then he sent me a bunch of pictures.
Funny.
Word on the street, word on the street. Talk politics, current events, relationships, movies and flicks. Word on the street, word on the street. Word on the street is we be staying on topic with sports news and the movies. Anything that just happened. Special guest with that Drake Swift, Savage Kitty and Alex, aka the Sports Mouse. Storytelling what's happening. Chop it up with you Saturdays. No better way to start your day. Kick it with you on Mondays in case you really got something to say. If not, we'll catch you on Wednesday. Put the spotlight up to your face. Yeah, you know how we get down. Tell them tune in or get out the way.
Good morning. It is Saturday. What up, though? Yours truly, Drake Swift, Tori Savage Kitty, Shelly Shell.
Good morning.
I don't know where John's at. He must be still in the sleeping, the covillas. Well, how are you guys doing? Good morning. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. How are you guys doing?
Doing fabulous.
Fabulous. It's been a week since we've seen you. Tell me what's going on. I heard you're officially single now, so there's no more crying. Did he not? Is he not showing up anymore? Is he? No. Is he sending you a song still? You know. I know guys like to do that. Why do guys like to do that? Why do they like to send songs?
No.
Like, what's going on with that?
I don't know. It's interesting. That's all I would say is interesting. But no, I've been officially single for a minute.
Okay.
We finalized a lot of stuff.
You've been officially for a minute, but you're single, but you're not looking, and you're not emotionally eligible.
Right.
That's right. Two different things. You could be single.
Two different things. Yeah. Not emotionally available. Not seeking. I mean, I have businesses I need to launch. I need to stay focused, and getting in a relationship is a distraction. I need to make my money. I retire in 5 years. So, unless he coming on the same waypoint as where I'm trying to roll, it's not going to work. So it's better for me to just focus on what I got to do and be happy. Dun, 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 dun.
Why when people split, they ought like the other party, and it's male and female, it goes both ways, think, oh, well, they must be out looking. They must be available. They must be, I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you leave a relationship, depending on what it was, right? It could be cheating. It could be growing separate ways. It could be you're a fucking piece of shit, right? You could be the piece of shit in the relationship. I feel like you should leave, not for someone else, but you should leave for yourself.
Right.
Right? Like yourself is the other person. I don't know. Is that? Am I right in saying a lot of people automatically think, "Oh, I'm out looking. They're out looking. They're searching."
Well, a lot of people do think like that. They think that's because, especially when you don't show any feelings towards the remorse of the separation, they automatically go to, "Oh, you're entertaining somebody. You're doing something. You've had somebody on the sideline." But that's not the case. I mean, unless you're a fuck girl, fuck boy, that type of situation, yeah, of course, you're going to have that. But normal people really don't fuck around with nobody after they separate out of a relationship. They're more trying to do self-healing, self-evaluation, focusing on what's current.
I think that's a girl standpoint, though. You know what I mean?
Guys don't.
I think a guy standpoint is, I've learned it from being young, hurry up, try to get your dick wet real quick so you can forget about your past one, don't you think? Because I think that's most guys be like, I got to hurry up and try to find something. If it's a heartbeat, don't you think?
Well, men do go move forward quicker than women. I do believe that because, I mean, you be broken up and next thing you know, 2 weeks later, they got a whole situation. Hey, Kelly.
I think I told Tori about a meme that said, I just broke up with my boyfriend and boom, and there he's in a four month relationship.
it's some facts to that
And
stuff.
sometimes we already got a baby.
A whole ass baby.
A whole ass baby, 5 months.
What I'm saying,
Exactly.
I think I did when I went to college. I did that. I went to college, and then I took a psychology class, and I think it was about dating and men and women. And I
Did you
think
say ecology class? Is that a type of ecology class?
psychology class. It was
Oh,
like
psychology. I thought you said I went to college and I took a ecology class.
no, it's like 101, and it was about dating. And they said men usually over a relationship they are broken up about 30 days, and then
Yeah.
it takes them in their mind about 30 days, right? And a woman takes 6 months, sometimes a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big difference between a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge difference. There was a time in my life when I think maybe everybody's time in their life where they just jumped from one relationship to the next, like one situation to the next, like, oh, fuck him, I'm about to show him, I'm about to show her, right? I was more, for me, it was like, oh, I'm about to level up, watch this.
Right.
But now I'm like, the last thing I want to do is jump into another relationship. I like being alone. And a lot of people can't be alone. They confuse being alone with lonely. It's definitely not the same. I like quiet. I like to be alone. I like moments alone. I like silence. I like to be with my thoughts. You need to learn to go to dinner with yourself. Take yourself to the movies, right? Be okay with not another being next to you. And I'm not saying it doesn't get lonely and it doesn't get old, but there's a lot of people that they just can't be alone. Yeah. And as soon as they get out of a relationship, they got to be at the bar with their friends. They got to be around a friend. They have to be surrounded. And then instantly they want to leech on to the next heartbeat, like you said, Drake, and start developing feelings instantly. But really, I feel like they're just taking feelings from last week and putting it on this person. Like there's no space in between to empty out that baggage.
And then plus nowadays it's dangerous being single anyways. And then hopping to one body to another. Shit, it scared me a long time ago when they said that there was not a cure for this one certain gonorrhea. I was like, then you know what? You can't play with sex shit. I'm like, it's like Russian roulette. I'm like, oh, I'll keep my cookies to myself.
Yeah.
You'd be like, but it's too much. It's like it's a lot to like evaluate if you were wanting to entertain, because you're like, is it really worth it? I'd be like, no, I'm cool. Because I mean, I literally went on a 6-year sabbatical where I didn't entertain anybody for 6 years, and I was cool, and people thought I was strange. I was like, no, I'm serious. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. Literally, you get to learn yourself, and you get to.
Kelly saying?
Huh?
I was reading Kelly's comment. It says people don't understand you can't love others if you don't love yourself first.
And that's the thing. And a lot of people don't know how to love themselves.
Like I said, I think that's more of a woman. Like I said, it's more of a emotional thing.
But if men would catch on to that, then they wouldn't have so many dysfunctional relationships.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, a lot of men don't even know how to love or know what real, genuine, authentic love is. So then they go into constant toxic relationships because they never really took the time to really evaluate their own values, set up their own proper boundaries, and knowing that even with having, boundaries for yourself, you don't have to compromise to be with somebody. And so if men took that time, just like as women do, to try to reassess, and they wouldn't always have, a lot of different toxic relationships.
They just say, it seems like men and women, they have that same toxic relationship that's just in a different body, but it's literally a repeat.
Are you talking about girls shitting in beds, or what are you talking about?
All of them. Shitting in beds, making breakfast in your car.
Cutting your finger off.
Yeah, cutting your finger off with a vodka bottle. Yeah, calling your names. all that fuck stuff.
Say that, going to the movies by yourself and all that. So during my marriage, my dysfunctional marriage, I learned to be by myself before we even contemplated separating, there was times where, I went on vacation for years with just my girls. She wouldn't even go. I went to the movies, all the time. I told my girlfriend all the time, I go to the movies all the time by myself. Like that was peace for me. You know what I mean? I went to dinner by myself. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a difference between escaping and then learning how to be by yourself. Because a lot of times we'll do stuff to just, try to distract ourselves. So then we do those things. But when you really sit back and be like, you know what, rather I don't have any with me or around me, I'm okay.
Yeah, well, I guess I learned how.
I don't have their energy. I don't have their drama. I don't have their toxicity. There's nothing there. It's just me, myself, and I in all aspects.
Yeah, because I know at first I used to just keep myself busy. So until I was just so tired that I would pass out. But I really wasn't really working on myself. Because being busy was keeping me distracted from having to think and reassess. What's going on, Dutch?
Good morning. What's up? You all right? You couldn't get out. So you couldn't get out of the covillas.
Covillas, what's a covilla?
Covers.
All right.
Couldn't shake the covers.
I'm good. I'm groovy.
Okay.
You good, Dutch? I can barely hear you. You okay?
I'm good. Good morning.
There you are.
Yeah.
Good morning.
So no more shitting in bed. So Johnny Depp stuff, Dutch.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Good.
Yeah.
Dutch, are you off shitting in someone's bed? Hello, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think about the whole Johnny Depp shitting in bed, cutting fingers off? Have you ever been in a relationship like that where it's just so toxic that people are shitting in bed, pissing on you and everything?
Almost to that point, yeah.
Yeah? There it is. Bitches be crazy.
Hey, cray. Bitches be crazy. For real.
For real. Like, did you really think that out?
I mean, you know what? I don't know if it's just me. I'm such a troll on Facebook lately because I don't really post drama on my page anymore. I used to post a lot of sarcastic shit. My page is shitted, right? But I still like to see other people's drama. It makes me feel good about my life. I know it sounds fucked up. So I be trolling people's shit, right? And I'm like Kelly says, we're petty. So, but lately it's been coming in waves. I see women getting they got crazy. They be posting crazy shit. And I don't know if it's because the weather's changing and dudes are being a little more active, right? It's like the season, but I'm seeing especially couples like bickering. One will post something or a dude will comment, and then you'll see the female come right up underneath the comments and bust his ass and say some fuck shit. And then some other bitch will come in, and I'm just with the popcorn. I'm like, they are really going at it today.
So, on my personal show, how you doing, Connie? I post a lot of stuff on my show that, people are always, they just want to, and I think I need to tell Rito, I don't want nobody to say we're here for the comments. I want you to tell me exactly how you feel. Is honesty just way, you know what I mean? Am I asking way too much when I ask my certain topics? That just be honest, just answer the fucking question. Don't be there for the comments.
It's hard not to be there for a comment. You be having some fuck shit pop off in your comments.
Fuck shit in my comments.
Oh my damn. Oh shit. What did he say? Oh, you be having fools fighting in your comments too.
Fighting in the comments.
Oh, yeah, his topics, they be triggering people. They be real fucking triggered.
Trigger. So we caught up with Shelly. She is officially single, but she is not available. And Tori, how was your week?
It was good. It was long. Like I said, I started my new job, so I was away from home a lot this week. So I've been like trying to catch up. My sleep was not the best, but other than that, everything is good.
I heard
ready
you were salty because you went home and your boyfriend's girlfriend didn't have breakfast made for you.
Oh yeah, so my job, some of the nights during the week I am gone all night. And so I got home yesterday morning and I was starving, right? So I get home and instantly I walk in the house and I don't fucking smell bacon. I'm like, where's breakfast? And so I said, really? You didn't make me anything to eat? Right? I said, you should have brought me some food. And he said, well, my girlfriend had to leave. And I was like, what the fuck? Really? And he goes, yeah, she had to get the kids to school. And I said, you know what? I'm going to need you to pick better girlfriends because she's going to need to make me breakfast before she leaves if you got other girls here. If they're going to come while I'm gone, at least make that bitch make me a fucking breakfast before she leaves. So that's how I feel about that. Like, get better side hoes, okay? The main bitch needs to eat when she gets home.
That's right.
So needless to say, I had to go out to breakfast with my best friend. And yeah, that happened yesterday morning. And then I fought through the entire day to not fall asleep. But I did really good. I'm very proud of myself. No naps, no parking lot falling asleep. So you guys ever take a nap in a parking lot somewhere?
No.
Oh yeah. I was queen for that. I have a friend, shout out to Shannon Renee. She's the absolute fucking queen of parking lot naps. Like to the point where she got to put a sign up that says, please don't Narcan me. I'm just sleeping. Because she's like, dude, I've been falling asleep crazy as shit. And I know people think I overdosed. So yeah, I did good. No Narcan naps yesterday. And still my boyfriend's girlfriend didn't make me breakfast. So there's that. Yeah. How's your week going, Dutch? Okay.
All good.
It's all good in the hood. And you, Jake, what's going on with you? Nothing for you either, Jake?
Oh, no. I'm waiting for him to answer.
Huh?
I'm waiting for him to answer. Go ahead.
Oh, I answered. I'm all good.
You're all good?
Answer.
Nothing exciting?
No, man. Just learning how to paraglide.
How's that going?
Slowly. I just want to get up and fly, but, we got to learn the basics, right?
So is there any dangerous parts of, like, learning this?
No, because you do everything on the ground before you leave.
Oh, okay.
Before you leave the ground, so it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Oh, I got my comments going over here. If you come and take, then you load and throw laundry in the. Yes, bitch. Change my loads. Okay, so get that shit right.
And light the candles before you walk out the door.
Bitch, take out the garbage. So that's funny. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe even run a vacuum and a mop real quick. So you do everything on the ground?
Yeah.
First?
You basically learn how to manipulate everything on the ground before you jump off. So that's pretty cool, though.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice. We gotta put a GoPro on you so we can see this process.
Yeah, do you have a GoPro, John?
You bet I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Can next week? Can we get a clip?
Yeah, I think so. Probably get some footage.
Kelly just said, side hoes be messy as fuck.
No, Trav, you do not be hitting my man, okay, Miss Thing. This is my man, okay? You all right, baby? Oh,
come on, sweetie.
You okay? God, liar.
That's right, though, Kelly. Yeah, they be messy. Like we are. We're a whole ass team right now. Like, girl, what you want for dinner later?
Want to hang out?
I think the best. It was some girl. I think it was a couple years ago, and she found out her man had a side bitch, and she's like, "Oh, you my bitch now too. What you want for lunch?"
Right. Yeah. I'm making lunches today. What do you want? You want crust? You want me to cut the crust?
Yeah, like
What do you need, girl?
she was like, she put a whole PPO on me. I showed up. I just want to make sure my bitch is okay.
I know that's right.
That would be me.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm taking his side hoe. This is it. You're done. We're a whole ass team. But yeah, Dutch, we're gonna need a clip from you.
We don't need a clip.
Okay.
We're gonna need a clip.
Either that or once you learn, then we're gonna all come out to the field and you're gonna teach us. Can we like get a live?
Yeah, we can do that.
That'd be so much fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I just want to say I got drugged by a wench. Ever since he told me that, I'm like, a fucking wench. That's brilliant.
It's pretty cool. 4,000 feet.
Yeah, hello.
I'm ready.
Hello, are you Enrique Garcia?
Yeah, you're live. What's up? What's up, Big Rube?
What's up with you, big guy? How's business?
I've been doing good. You're live on the podcast. How are you doing this Saturday morning?
Oh, well, good. I just wanted to call in and wish everybody a happy Hanukkah.
Okay.
All right, let me let you go. Let me let you go because I know you're a busy man.
All right.
Garcia.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey, Ruby. Funny.
I had to bring him on real quick because he called it. I'm like, it's crazy, right? I know you've said it before. We've been doing this show for over 2 years now, and people still don't know the times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's Rudy. He wears the slippity doos. Y'all know what the slippity doos are?
What you doing? I'm doing my show. Oh yeah. I forgot.
Yeah. Do y'all know what the slippity doos are? Rudy's real cool. Like he's like a cool cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's an older cool cat that wears the slippity doo loafers. You know the ones where you see it, like your granddaddy, your uncle had them on. You know he probably got kids somewhere you don't know about, right? He real slick. Slippity doos. He wears them all the time, right? Yeah. He pimps all the ladies. It don't matter who it is. He's real cool. In his slippity doos. Guys who wear slippity doos usually carry like a little man purse.
Mm-hmm.
Or a little merce, right? A little leather merce.
Yeah.
Like a campaign. That's
Purse.
really
You used to have a man purse.
See? I knew it. I know it's type.
No, was that a thing? I remember. I got to be honest with you. It was weird to see a guy walking around with a man purse. Did you have a man purse, Dutch?
You bet I did.
Oh, okay. See, I don't.
Totally had a man purse.
I remember when guys used to wear fanny packs. Like, I never thought that was cool. Like, you see all like the guys at the gym. They were gym rats. They would have fanny pack. I want to know what you got in that fanny pack. What's in there?
Contacts, keys, wallet.
A lot of guys
Steroids.
are bringing the fanny pack back.
Are they?
Yeah.
They got the one that go across the you look like
A hoe bag is what Richard called it. Yeah, my cousin Richard, he had a red hoe bag.
you look like fucking Han Solo with the cross thing.
Oh, all the guys wearing it across. Yeah, my son be wearing the cross
Yeah,
test.
you look like fucking Han Solo. You know,
Man satchel.
Yeah, man satchel. It's exactly what it is.
the guy that never. I got my keys on my belt, and I got my wallet in my back pocket. I never did any of that.
No.
No.
Just a fanny pack, man. Oh,
The man satchel, the fanny pack.
the birth control
As
bag.
long as we don't match it with like, I don't like, the Jesus mandals, the Jesus Birkenstock sandals that the men wear, but like if I've been seeing a lot of those bust out because it's getting warmer with the hairy toes, but they remind me of Jesus, like the Jesus. I call them Jesus mandals. Like your toes are ugly, bro. You shouldn't wear those. It's not a good look.
I went to a drive-through the other day, and this guy had his he had the button shirt, and had the V. He had it on button. His whole hair was about his fucking his shirt. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, can you? You're serving food, dude. Like, I'm definitely not buying anything from here because you got the whole yeah. I don't know. He just looked like he had a bush. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking right now. Yeah, bush chest.
Yeah. Like,
there.
yeah. It was just like, I don't know. I was just like, this is just stupid. Why are you like
It's stupid.
shirt up?
I be judging the fuck out of people's appearances. I'm really not one to be able to judge, but I do. I'll be like, what the fuck?
I know. Tori said one time she was picking up some food, and this guy had some slippers, and they were too big for him. You remember that, Tori? And you were like, look at this guy.
Oh, so yeah, it was just awkward. So when you have your Adidas slides, everybody knows what slides are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he had on big slides, like they were way too big. Like he probably wore like a size 9, and these were like a size 14, and his feet were pushed all the way over to where his toe was dragging over the slide, and he was working behind the counter. I think he was the owner of the shop. It was a coffee shop. And I kept looking over the counter. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on back there? So he goes, he's asking me something, and I get caught looking. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take whatever I ordered. And then I look back. I'm like, that's gotta hurt. His fucking toes were dragging when he walked. He was shuffling them, and I don't know. I be watching people. I'm a people watcher, so. I see shit like that. I went home, and I called Drake. I was like, dude, he asked me where I was. I said, this fucking guy, his feet, that's all I could think of. And he was back there handling people's food, and his toes were scraping on the ground, and it was normal for him. Awkward. It was weird. Oh, he wants to talk.
He wants to talk.
You got something to say.
So
he got something to say. He's like, yeah, that's weird.
This is what I was thinking when I saw the guy in the drive-thru.
Oh,
Oh, he did the whole dog shake. Oh, that's gross.
I could taste that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. He was. If he was dehydrated, he got all that salt he needed. Off from. It's gross.
It was gross. So, I'm going to catch some listeners up and we'll jump into the show. So Ozark was released last night. I know I watched a couple episodes with my girlfriend. I know Shelly binge watched the whole thing. If you had, I was asking her before we went live how she compared it to all these different shows. So you have The Sopranos that fade to black, and that's what it was called. That's what the scene's called. A lot of people don't know that if they were a Sopranos fan. So fade to black, you never know what happened. Did Tony die? Did he not die? Whatever. You have Breaking Bad where he dies. He dies. He falls on the floor. He's dead. You have a Sons of Anarchy where it's mythologically he gets hit by a truck and then he turns into a bird, right? So you have all these different shows that end it, and that's just the way they end it. If you had to do Ozark, how would you compare it to those? Those are some great shows, Do
not give it away.
Yeah, don't give it away, but how would you compare the ending to those that I just mentioned?
Honestly, I would say Son of Anarchy because you thought he was going to ride it out, you know what I mean? But
Right.
It's kind of like it was sad, and you were just like, "Well, damn."
Well, see, I think that's the biggest thing that I hear about people watching TV shows. Fuck, it's over. I miss the characters. I miss it going every week. Like you want good shows to constantly keep going. There's a show that I used to watch notoriously. I was a big fan, Walking Dead. But as soon as I think I told Tori, Wednesday, there's shows that we say called Jump the Shark. That means they went off. They went far left. They went far right. Now it doesn't even make sense. Walking Dead did a time jump. Now, you saw Rick carried off in a helicopter, and now his kid's like 9, and she was only a baby the last time. So there's shows that do that. Lost, another one that like, oh, what, really? They were just dreaming? You know what I mean? That type of stuff. So
yeah.
So did it make sense?
Even with Ozark, we all were contemplating like, what, we hope this person dies. This person needs to be killed off. But the way it ended, it was
the way it sets you up for Ozark, and I haven't been binge watched and watched the entire thing.
You should.
Because I'm spacing it out a little bit. But there's scenes, like you said, where at first you're like, oh damn, and then by the end of the next scene, you're like, oh fuck them, they need to go because somebody killed them already, right?
Like old girl who had that at the opium farm.
Darling.
Yeah, like it's time to kill this bitch or kill this motherfucker.
It's getting on my nerves.
I only watched I watched the first one last night, the one that came on of this section of shows, and then I watched half of the second one, and then I stopped. So I'll finish watching the second one tonight, and then probably one more. I don't know. I'm the type of person, I don't want to watch it all at once because then I'm sad. I'm like, that's it.
I am.
That happened that quick.
I called.
Yeah, you called me. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a little upset with Shelly Shell today. I was really upset with her yesterday. I almost hung up on her. So
she did. She hung up on me. Try to blame it that she hit the wrong damn button, but she didn't hit the wrong damn button.
Prove it. So
I hated the scene. I got to be honest with you. I hated this. I hated it so bad. I hated the ending of this show. I really did. I thought it was stupid. It made no sense.
I never got the bread and the wine situation. I was like, why does this damn bread keep on popping up in the scene? Oh,
that's blood.
Never understood it. I didn't understand it. Why did he die like that?
He was my guy too. I liked him.
Yeah.
Did you watch Dutch? Did you watch Sons?
No.
Definitely a good show. The spinoff is Mayans. If you have not seen Mayans, Mayan is a great show. It's a bunch of Mexicans in Florida. I know I was talking to my girlfriend and I popped on. She's like, "What's this?" And I said, "Hey, don't be falling in love with none of these Mexicans on this TV screen." So,
it's a bunch of hot Mexicans running around shooting each other. I was like, what in the hell is this show?
yeah.
I was excited when they had season 4. I was like, ooh, let me get on there real quick. And then I was mad because we only had one episode. And I was like, what the hell? You're supposed to have
So here's the thing. A
it's
lot of
people like you that like to sit in one sitting and watch everything. That's why they did that.
streaming episodes or streaming shows, they do one episode at a time, right? Netflix is the only one, and I don't know why they do that. They just said, fuck, I'm just going to release the whole shit. Let's get it over with. Mm-hmm. So Netflix is the only one.
Because they understand people like me. They understand that we want to watch
I think, to be honest with you, I think binge watching came from Netflix because they released the thing. Because you cannot really binge on something that if you're currently watching because it's every week. I'm watching. Hey, baby, get Hello. The show. Good morning. How's this? Hello. Oh, she hung up.
She gotta go.
So, most of the shows, it's once a week. I'm watching the Lakers, the dynasty, rise of the dynasty with the Lakers, and I'm like, shit, man, I gotta wait till next season. And when Sopranos, I couldn't wait till next Sunday. I couldn't wait. Like that was anticipation that would get me through my week. So, but at that time, there was no Netflix doing the binging and all that. So it was you had
But I am such a binger, even though, because sometimes Netflix doesn't show, like, there's more episodes to different seasons, and I watch all kinds of TV shows, and I'm a big Turkish soap opera yeah.
Turkish soap opera. It's all subtitles.
I literally went on YouTube and found the episode and binged the rest of the 100 and some episodes they had left. I was like, I know there's more to this.
You just stand around and you want to ask me some questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I like waiting. I like waiting for it. I don't watch that much TV, so when I wait for it, it gives me something to look forward to. It's good to have a little self-control. This bitch irritated my soul yesterday when she called me. I was like, listen, so again, I watch patterns, right? Everybody, you call your friends and they all say hello the same way. Hey, how are you? Or what are you doing? Or hello. Or, everybody's got a special hello. So I call her. I'm like, hey, what you doing? This bitch gonna say, nothing. I said, as soon as she said that, I was like, bitch, you're watching fucking Ozarks, aren't you? She's like, well, yeah. It was like 3:30 in the afternoon. I said, well, we're not supposed to be watching this till tonight. We had a deal. I said, how much have you watched? She got real fucking quiet. It's like, you know what? I'm hanging up on you. I can't trust you anymore. She gonna say, I'm almost finished. A couple hours later, she calls me all sad. She's like, I need your help. I said, what? She goes, I need a hug. I was like, oh, hell no. Fuck you. I'm done with you.
I think we need
I said, you have to deal with your damn self.
I think we need to do a show on the best shows ending scenes. Here's Walter White, aka you knew he died. You knew he died.
Yeah.
Didn't know you think that I'd forget or I'd regret the special love I had for you.
So, have you guys ever seen the alternate ending of Breaking Bad?
No,
really?
I did. I never saw it. The kids talked about it, but I never saw it.
So there was an alternate ending, and I thought it was cool. If you remember the actor, he was in something World, or what was it? Do you know what show he was in? He was in this TV show.
You talking about the other guy?
The guy that played Walter White.
Oh, I don't know what show he
was on. A TV show. Do you know, Dutch, what TV show he was on?
Right.
Oh, Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, Malcolm. He was the dad.
Yeah, he was the dad. So there was an alternate ending, and if you have not seen it, it is really good.
Say my name.
I'll play it right here real quick. I thought it was great. So if you haven't seen it, it is really cool. They had to do a funny ending, so.
Heisenberg.
Goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
Wake up, honey, wake up. For the love of criminy, what is it? What's the matter?
Oh, I just had the scariest dream.
I told you not to eat those deep-fried Twinkies.
No, you don't understand. I was this meth dealer.
What?
Yeah, I was this world-class chemist, and I cooked and I sold this ultra-pure methamphetamine.
You cooking anything?
There was a guy who never spoke. He just rang a bell the whole time, and then there was another guy who was a policeman or a DEA agent. I think it was my brother or something. He looked like the guy from The Shield. And then there was this other little guy, a man-child kid who always looked like he was wearing his older brother's clothes. He would always say things like, "Hey, bitch." The B word. We'd use the B word a lot. B word. Yay, science. B words.
Okay. Calm down, honey. Just calm down. Calm down.
And then there was me. And I had a shaved head and a goatee, and I wore a black hat. And the only thing that made sense in the whole dream is I still walked around in my underwear.
If you think that this nightmare is going to keep you from driving the kids to school this morning, you have another thing coming.
I've told you the scariest part.
Okay, what? You got 2 minutes.
I made bombs and poison, and I killed people.
Oh, come on. Honey.
I know.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. You grow a beard and suddenly you think you're Osama bin Laden. Wasn't I there to tell you to knock it off?
No, some other woman did that. Oh, right. I was married to this tall, beautiful blonde.
Yeah, well, keep dreaming, pal.
Oh, God, it was so strange.
I know. Okay. Go to sleep, Scarface.
Scarface.
So that scene is from this where he just does that, where he wants to have sex with his wife. That was in Breaking Bad, where she was like, she loved that he was acting kind of crazy.
Now that we're both up.
Is that you at my back door?
I'm the one who's knocking.
Poking me with that thing. It's the middle of the night.
So he got horny for a minute.
Oh, it's the darndest thing. Good night, Skylar.
Skylar. There you go. There's the hat. So, Bryan Cranston, the actor, he's pretty amazing. So I thought that was great that they did that. They did the Malcolm in the Middle character, you know, the dream. So did you guys ever see that?
No, I never saw that. That's funny.
Yeah, I think he's great. He's amazing.
Yeah,
he's
that's
amazing.
funny that they incorporated that and put her in there. She's a funny actress too. She's she's super dry and rude.
At my back door.
Right? She's like, stop poking with that thing.
What wives and girlfriends doing when you wake them up in the middle of the night? Are you knocking at my back door?
I just
No, you just lift your leg up a little bit.
Your leg up a little bit. Is that what
I'll get involved in a minute. Just give me a second. But go ahead.
Yeah,
and
poke your booty out.
poke your booty?
In a minute. Give me a second.
All right, let's jump into the show. Sorry for all the side antics. Biden administration on Friday issues an emergency fuel waiver allowing E15 gasoline that will use 15% ethanol blend. I don't even know what that means, but does anybody know what that means?
Somebody's coming in our back door with gas.
Cheaper gas.
But is it going to burn, though? I mean, the thing is it going to burn quicker? Because, I mean, like, shit, it's going to be cheaper, but how efficient is it going to be? Because when they start cutting it with more stuff, then, yeah, you're going to pay cheap. But then you go around the corner, you're back on E.
You know, instead of the administration, instead of the current administration giving crack pipes to everybody out there in the world, is there a way we could just give them a fucking, electric car? Can we just give everybody an electric car or truck?
Yeah, and as long as it comes with the plug and setup, yes.
Yeah, can the government just call us and say, hey, would you like an electric car, and what do you want, a pickup or a car?
I'll take a truck, please. I'll take a truck, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah, every time I see somebody's electric truck, I get angry at mine. I'm like, fuck. You see these people here showing us up?
So I know Dutch has, and I don't know if it's his or not. I think he said it was his buddy. He has a cool Volkswagen, the old school 60s, 70s. I don't see Dutch driving a electric truck or car. What's your thoughts, Dutch? No. See, I know a lot of guys that say no, that's not manly. But man, have you? Yeah, it's not manly when I got to keep feeding the pump with gas. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's not manly when you're crying at the gas pump.
yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Hold up. Costco had it for $4.19, and I thought I had like a super special like deal. I was like, oh my gosh, it's $4.19. I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
I know. That was me the other day.
Half a tank on $50.
At $4.19, I was there. I went there that day too, and I'm like, man, I am so fucking excited about $4.19. And then I thought to myself, bitch, what? You're excited about?
If we live in a metropolitan area like Manhattan, Chicago, would we be using cars or would we be using public transit? I'm a big public transit. To be honest with you, I know Detroit, where I come from, the public transit, even though that was one of the largest cities before the riots, like they have a terrible public transit system. They never.
So does
and would you guys all use public transit? When I'm in New York, I don't even get a taxi. I don't get in a car. I just use the subway. Are you guys?
Yeah, I mean, if it was efficient, and I mean, just like how New York has it, even Cali got a good public transit system. You really don't need a vehicle to get around. But I mean, here and even in Arizona, we don't have a good public, transportation system at all because it only goes so far, it only runs so long, and you stuck. If you live way far west,
the nicest fucking freeways, right? We got freeways everywhere.
Yeah, but we might have freeways everywhere, but they're shitty though. I mean, you got potholes become like the 10. When you get to as you're passing up 43rd Avenue on the 10, it's all potholed. Chunks are missing on the road.
Semis.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, damn, my tires. I'm swaying this way because the road is all discombobulated, and I'm like,
but you're an Arizona native, so to you, those are potholes. To me, those are little bumps in the road.
Shit, no.
Like Detroit got some. Like, go to Detroit. You won't ever look at that bump on the 10 like a pothole again.
Man, I wouldn't highly recommend anybody in the D having any rims due to because I was like, it's
really bad.
In Michigan, there's you have winter tires and you have summer tires. People do it. Yeah, they because they just I'm knocking up my good shit. I'm gonna put my boo-boo shit on in the winter, and then I'm gonna put my nice rims on in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just the salt and the winter it really kills your vehicle. So I'm just saying, I think if we had a better transit system, I wouldn't even use a car, to be honest with you. You know, if I could walk.
I love a good transit system. I like to like when you go to New York, when you go to DC or Chicago, where any of these places that have good systems. It's cool to me because there's all walks of life on these systems, right? So you got people who probably don't own cars, and then you look and there's a businessman here with $1,500 shoes on, and you're like, I know he got a car, but he doesn't care. Like in Detroit, it was very frowned upon to take a bus. It was very frowned upon to get on a transit or not use your car. Like people, I don't know. I always felt like they judged you in Detroit. Like, oh, you take the bus.
So I know my grandmother didn't drive, and when we were little, my parents are out working, both of them working. She knew those bus lines. She would be like, we need to go to the baker, to this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She knew the bus lines. She had her bus card. She definitely used her. So I know you spent some time in the city of brotherly love. How's their transit system, Dutch?
Not bad.
Not bad. They have a subway system, correct? They have a subway system?
Yeah, they have a subway system.
Yeah. I didn't know how that. I've never been to Philadelphia, so.
No, you know what? Being on. Oh, go ahead, Dutch.
It goes down Broad Street. I mean, it just goes down a few blocks. It's not particularly complex.
What were you saying, John?
Oh, being on a subway is a good experience. I promise you. If you've never been on a subway, get on one. It's all walks of life. You see all kinds of shit on there. It's like, it's very entertaining. It's very entertaining.
I love it. I love that it's just a melting pot of different people and walks of life and everything from behaviors, right? All of it. I love it. And I like fast pace. So you learn real fucking quick to get up in there real quick before them doors close on you. Yeah. And you learn real quick when it's coming up to your stop's coming to hop off, or you will get trampled. Right, it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous if you don't get with the system.
Right. Yeah, but when I was in Atlanta, it's so crazy that
something. Did they have a public transit? I know their airport's a fucking disaster.
Oh, it's a zoo. It's totally crazy. Right. It's always busy, but I was in downtown Atlanta. And we went, their malls are, we're used to indoor malls. Theirs were a little spacey and stuff. And we were asking, like, how do we get onto the subway? It was literally like in a park and it was underground, but you would have never known that there was a subway there. And if it wasn't for this Asian lady directing us, we'd have been walking around in circles. But it was like, it wasn't obvious that there was a subway train there. Mm-hmm. But it was crazy. I was like, all this green grass over this hill, well, you would have never known. Yeah, it was an experience.
That was Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. Freaknik. Y'all remember Freaknik?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move on. Danny Aykroyd, you never see him, right? Some of the celebrities from the 70s and 80s. His wife, Donna Dixon, separated after nearly 40 years, remaining legally married. This is our choice.
Dan Aykroyd, wife Donna Dixon, separated after nearly 40 years, remain legally married. This is our choice. After 39 years as a couple, we are now on separate life paths. We remain legally married, co-parents, co-workers, and business partners. The pair shared in a joint statement, adding, "This is our choice and loving friendship." Dan Aykroyd and wife Donna Dixon have called it quits after nearly 40 years of marriage.
So I got a question to you girls. So after 40 years, you've been with somebody, you really get divorced? Like they just say, we're just staying together. Do you really get divorced? Or you're just like, you know what? I might as well just put up with your shit for another 20. You know what I mean? Like you really end a marriage after 40 years? Like my aunt, she was married, 50, 60 years, and she couldn't stand my uncle. And then we said, are you getting divorced? She said, yeah. And then after a while, she said, you know what? Fuck it. This guy's dying anyways. So I might as well just stay with him. Like, do you leave a marriage after 40 years, or you just like, yeah, whatever?
Me personally, I don't think I could do that. But I mean, some people stay because it's economically feasible for them to stick with it. The payoff is great when the other person, is deceased, I should say. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. 40 years, you have to do some really crazy shit for me to leave you in 40 years. And I mean, unless there was like a binding thing saying I had to stay with you in order to get my money, it'd be a possibility.
No, I feel like in their situation, it sounds to me, he said they have a loving, you hear the keywords, loving friendship. So that tells me for 40 years, they were more friends than they were husband and wife. And I think you should be both, right? If you're husband and wife, that should be your best friend. But it sounds to me like one was heavier than the other. And, celebrities live separate lives a lot of times. They're together, but unless they actually put the effort forth to be together and then keep their stardom separate, they do their own thing. So to me, it sounds like they were probably living separately as not husband and wife for a while, for them to be able to, after 40 years, just say, you know what, let's cut this. We're co-parents, we're business partners, we're best friends. we're roommates, and maybe they met somebody else that they were sexually attracted to and wanted to be partners with, and this ended up just turning into being their best friend at the end of 40 years, which is crazy to me, but that's what it sounds like. As opposed to, like you said, your aunt can't stand your uncle. I mean, I don't think that their relationship was like that. If you can't stand somebody, I think a lot of times when they can't stand somebody, that's when they stick in it, which should be the opposite, right? When they can't stand somebody, they're like, whatever, this motherfucker gonna die soon. I'm gonna get what's owed to me. I put in all these years.
Yeah, wait, owed to me. So
right,
I don't think I've ever watched. I don't think I've watched one episode of James Corbin ever since Dave left.
Love him. He is fucking great.
And this is his last show. He steps down.
On the show, and that this will be my last year hosting the Late Late Show.
James Corden is saying goodbye to the Late Late Show. On Thursday, the 43-year-old British comedian announced that he is leaving the late night talk show after 7 years. The Cinderella star threw his audience for a loop in his opening monologue on Thursday, when he first announced that he had signed a contract extension to keep hosting the show, but then revealed the news of his upcoming departure.
This will be my last year hosting the show. You know, when I started this journey, it was always going to be just that. It was going to be a journey, an adventure. I never saw.
So I've never watched one episode of him.
Oh, he's great. He does karaoke with celebrities that he has on his show in a car, and he will sing their song back to them. And he really thinks he's like hitting them notes, but he's good.
I don't know. I never watched it.
Look up.
I'm a fan. I love Dave.
What's
and
the last one I saw? He did one with Nicki Minaj. He's funny. He's so funny. If you look up any of his car karaoke's with the celebrity, you will laugh every time.
So I was always a Dave Letterman fan. I never liked. I was always a Carson fan. I didn't like. I just forgot his name, but Jay Leno. I never watched Jay Leno. As a kid growing up, there was a couple things that we watched when I was going to bed because my mom would put it on. Right, it was Johnny Carson, and then as soon as MASH came on, I was like, oh, I got to go to bed.
Yeah, so, everybody.
Yeah. I was always I just always remember Johnny Carson's monologue, and he would interview people, and then I'm like, oh, I got to go to bed. And then as soon as I know it was ending, you see the fucking MASH intro, and I'm like, oh, definitely got to check out now. So, I hated MASH. My mom loved MASH, but I hated MASH. I thought it was the dumbest show ever. So
yeah, James Corden, he's great. If like you said, you never watched him, and it sucks that he's ending. But if you look up some of his clips, he's funny.
Did you watch that? Did you watch the Corbin show, Dutch? Did you watch the late night show, or did you watch more when David was on?
I like Letterman, but I watched Corbin a couple times. I've only seen a couple of skits that Tori's talking about with karaoke in the car or something.
They're funny, aren't they? Like, they're silly. They're good. He puts people on the spot. They're like, this motherfucker is really singing my song, and he gets into it, right?
Yeah,
so
he does.
They don't really have a choice but to really be like his backup singer to their own fucking song.
Yeah, he does it with the Foo Fighters also. It's pretty good.
He did. It was so funny. Like, he really was. I think because he's a comedian, I love his accent. He says things differently. I love Letterman, right? I love Johnny Carson. I love Letterman. I wasn't the biggest Jay Leno fan either, but yeah, James Corbin, he's a funny guy. So whatever endeavor he goes next, I hope it's a good one, because I'll definitely follow to watch. He's a cool fucking dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to late night, I think I kind of check out. Like, I'm like, I don't have time to watch this, so I don't watch it. But What's the guy that does the Jay Leno show now? The comedian from Saturday Night Live.
I don't know. What's his name?
Who does the Jay Leno show? Or who does?
I don't know. There's so many different night shows now.
Are you talking about Fallon?
Fallon, yeah, Jimmy
Fallon too.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon.
He's got that dry. I like Jimmy Fallon because Jimmy Fallon throws shade, and people don't even realize he's throwing shade sometimes.
No, he's from Michigan, right?
Is he? Oh well, no wonder he throws shade. He's from
I'm sorry. He's from Arizona. I'm sorry. I was thinking about.
Okay, I was like, well, no wonder his ass be throwing shade. He's funny.
He went to ASU.
Fallon?
He's a cool dude too. He's a cool
Fallon. Maybe it's the other guy. No, it's the other guy. What's his name?
Kimmel?
Kimmel. Sorry.
Yeah, I like Fallon over Kimmel.
Do you?
Yeah, Kimmel's okay, right? But Fallon, I think Jimmy Fallon is funnier.
A lot funnier.
Yeah, he shows more emotion. He's funnier. He shows more emotion. He says sillier things. He kind of lets himself, like if something happens, he laughs at himself, like sometimes so uncontrollably that he's got to be like, hang on, I'm a fucking asshole. Let me stop. Right? He'll stop himself like, I am a fucking asshole. He's cracking me up. I like when he brings Justin Timberlake on because they're best friends and it's like a bromance. And they'll be wearing each other's shirts with their face and drinking out of each other's coffee mugs with each other's face on it. I think it's great. He's funny. He's a funny guy.
So I don't know if you've been watching this Rob Kardashian Black China. So Rob Kardashian claims Black China held gun to his head several times. Didn't love the model stripper when pair got engaged.
I believe it.
I believe it.
She hood.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hood
surgery.
Rob Kardashian claims Black China held gun to his head several times. Didn't love model when pair got engaged. I was probably at the worst place in my life, and me reaching out to her I was in my weakest, worst point. I was at the hospital with diabetes and ketoacidosis, and that is when we linked up, Rob explained on the witness stand. Rob Kardashian testified Wednesday that ex-fiancée Black China held a gun to his head on numerous occasions during their tumultuous relationship. The former Rob and China star, 35, claimed...
Personally, if a girl holds a gun to my head and then I still go ask her to get married to me, like, that's some toxic shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
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 Yeah. He probably was like, damn, you got a big booty.
Or maybe she gave him an ultimatum, was threatening him like, you gonna marry me and you gonna make it public too. You hear me? I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. I think Rob's been through a lot. I think that Rob never liked to be in the limelight, and then he's got a lot of baggage, right? I don't think he ever dealt with the death of his dad, and then his sisters blew up, and he was still trying to grieve in silence while they were all publicizing their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a lot of health issues going on. So add the health issue and the mental health and the anxiety and all of that on top of what he didn't deal with. And then in walks this girl who is a manipulator with the big booty, right? Never trust a big butt and a smile.
Ooh, your boyfriend running right now. Your boyfriend running from you.
Yeah. And then, he, to tell you the truth, I think too, you're silly. To tell you the truth, I feel like Rob didn't want to get I told you so by his sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he kept a lot of shit quiet because they were already like, what the fuck? And then she got pregnant. So I think he felt like this is what he had to do. And she was probably she's a attention seeker. So she was like you said, she wanted to be proposed to. She wants the money. She wants the fame. And he's already in it. So he's like, fuck it. I guess this is what I got to do. I don't think he loved her. He said he was at a weak point. A lot of times people get with,
OJ's
boy.
looking at my mom on the side.
Yeah, there's a lot, man, so much. OJ's Chloe's dad, like he be dealing with some shit. She's a gold digger.
Oh,
And then when she got pregnant, right? He's like, now fuck, now I got a kid with her. I guess this is the right thing to do.
I still would have ran.
Again, bitches be crazy.
Bitches crazy.
Yeah, I agree, Chef.
So here's an insane video captured moments that coyote viciously attacks a toddler. I was like, whoa.
What?
What? Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, what the fuck?
And they don't hear that?
Nobody's what?
They got turned around. They're like, we're not paying attention. Oh shit.
I don't even know how I was like, damn, a coyote.
The baby lived and they just normal with it, huh?
Yeah.
Nobody even picked the baby up to see if it was okay. It's just like, all right, cool. You good? You good? We good? All right, let's go back.
You was playing with the doggy?
Play with the doggy. I was like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
Oh, that was fucking.
They didn't even run after it to try to get it or something.
I think
the
they ended up killing it.
Ran. Coyotes normally that coyote was probably very hungry.
Very hungry.
Yeah, they don't really go after.
Did you say Dr. Rabbit?
I said or rabid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mange. Kelly just asked, did we see the school bus crash? What school bus?
Oh, I saw that. Well, she posted it this morning. It was crazy.
I didn't see it. Pull it up. I'm like, more kids getting hurt? Let's see.
Oh man, they flew. Like it was just like a slow motion situation. They all were sitting down, they were talking, and then boom, they're all up and then fall on one side of the bus. It tilted over on the side.
What was that?
Okay.
Damn.
If you find exercise hard, you need one of these.
No, pull it up.
Decide hard.
Oh snap!
I was like exercise in the morning.
I need to do some arm exercise.
Yeah, this was
same girl, same.
I was like,
I got this look. It keeps waving.
It's like woo, woo, woo.
I wave and it keeps going.
Now at 11, heart-stopping new video in from Albuquerque showing the moment a school bus filled with kids flips over, dislodging seats and sending the children flying through the air. A man was street racing when he smashed into the back wheel of the bus at over 100 miles an hour, sending it spinning out of control with 23 school children inside. 7 of those kids were rushed to the hospital, 2 of them with serious leg injuries, 1 with a fractured pelvis.
Damn.
Oh, it was a street racer caused it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Wow, he's lucky he didn't kill somebody. That street racing, that impact is. There's no, you know what? You know what probably saved those kids because he was going so fast. They didn't have time to brace themselves. You know, when you get into a car accident and they collide. They say a lot of times that's why drunk people live in the accident because they're not paying attention. They don't have enough time to brace themselves. People who see it coming, they tense up. And when you tense up, that's when bones break and things seize and you die, you know, you have a higher chance of dying. So if they only got away with an injured leg and a broken pelvis, that's because them kids never seen that shit coming. So it's probably a blessing.
Yeah. So
that's
you
scary shit right there.
To me, a couple couldn't make it in time to Vegas to a wedding chapel. They got married on Southwest Airlines. Yay! One couple to new ice quietly to about 37,000 feet. In fact, Southwest Airlines from Dallas to Vegas turned to makeshift wedding chapel on Sunday, complete with toilet paper streamer, flight attendant, maid of honor. Pam and Jeremy has been dating since 2020 when they heard the news of mask mandate being lifted on some airlines. He joked on Tuesday about eloping in Vegas. So they couldn't make it, and they got married on the plane.
Yeah, they said they handed up a notebook to everybody on the plane to sign it as a guest
Oh,
Yeah, and then the guests on the plane took toilet paper and made streamers and were throwing it at them, and then the flight attendants handed out little bags of snacks like it was their party thing.
That was probably a cheap, right? You should have told Shannon, get married on the plane. This will be over in a couple minutes.
Yeah, let's get this shit done, then we're gonna go party.
That $80,000 country club noise.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Some terrible news came with the Gabby Petito body. Brian's parents knew whereabouts Gabby Petito body went when they went on vacation. So new evidence saying the parents knew. They knew. They knew
Where her body was?
Yeah, they knew. That's what they're saying now. So should they be prosecuted as well?
Yeah, they knew.
Yep.
Yeah, they knew.
They withheld him. I knew that they knew their son did something. We all knew that, right? They knew that they were hiding him where he was, but I didn't know that they knew where she was. Once you know where she was, and you withheld that, I can see you protecting your child. Here's the keys to the RV. Go south. I know where you're going, kind of thing. But you know where the dead body is? Oh, I'm pressing all the charges. You knew where my child was? You knew that your child killed my child, but you know where my child is while we're looking for her?
Right.
No, they should definitely be charged with something.
Yeah.
That brings up a whole nother fix of emotions when you know they knew where she was.
Dutch, you think the parents should be prosecuted?
Yeah, absolutely.
Accessory to murder. Accessory
Wasting
to murder.
everybody's time and money, and fuck that.
Yeah, time, money, emotions. They might be able to get to her faster before her body decomposed. All kinds of stuff.
They were looking for that body. You know what I mean? They were looking for that. You know what I mean?
And then you went on vacation. Like, who does that?
Well, I think they're calling it a vacation, but I think it was an escape to get away because they had so many people surrounding their house. Because they provided him with the camper. Remember, he showed up? So he took their RV. And again, I'm not saying I couldn't, knowing my child killed somebody, sorry, baby. I can't hide you like that. I don't, if anything, just don't fucking tell me, right? Because I don't want to have that guilt on me of knowing that you murdered somebody's child. Like, just don't even tell me. Just steal the keys off the fucking counter and disappear in the middle of the night. Don't tell me. But to know where she was, that's a whole nother type of guilt and karma that you got to live with.
If you ever have to get rid of a body, make sure you do it the right way. Here's a
bleach and a wood chipper. No, I'm just kidding.
Sopranos. It tells you what you got to do if you got to get rid of a body.
Kid, you should have waited for me, Chris.
It's the last time I show any fucking initiative. Imagine how I felt. He's running down the garbage business. I just fucking wet a guy to hold on to one of our stops.
He's not running it down. It's just getting harder in New York.
Come on. Come on.
This is fucked up.
What, pussy?
The caller uncle is gonna find a kid dead on one of his bins and get out of our fucking business? No way.
Louis Brazzi sleeps with the fishes.
Luca Brazzi. Luca.
Whatever.
There's differences, Christopher, okay? From the Luca Brazzi situation and this. Look, the callers know the kid is dead. It hardens their position. Plus now, the cops are looking for a fucking murderer.
So what do you want to do?
He disappears. He never comes home. They know, but they don't know. They hope maybe he'll turn up. If.
Maybe. So you got to get rid of the. Got to get rid of the chipper.
Wood chipper.
Yeah.
Pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pour some Coca-Cola on it.
I know you read a story about the Coca-Cola thing.
Man, I fell in this rabbit hole, y'all. Look up what Coca-Cola does to the inside of the body and what it can do outside. And they started talking about there was so much. It was like a whole whirlwind of, wow, are we really drinking this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it talks about like what it does to your body. And it talks about how it can literally clean up like a murder scene. Like it can clean shit. Take rust off of a fucking bumper? Like, what are we doing?
It turns into formic acid after it reaches like 80-something degrees. And formic acid's actually embalming fluid.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I thought,
I'm drinking fluid. That's horrible.
Start looking it up. You will never want to touch that shit again.
So when you're getting those, like, when you get those deals and you get like 3 12-packs for like $10.
Yeah.
Because they were all out in a warehouse and shit, getting higher than 82 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm be like, that's not a special.
Put it on ice and you don't even know the difference, but it's chemical compound changes.
Yeah. They also said a lot of, people who get esophagus cancer who are like, or throat cancer, they're like, they never smoked a cigarette a day in their life. They said, like, it's like a 40-something% chance that it's probably because they were drinking Coca-Cola. Like it's some like high percentage. They did all these studies and shit. I couldn't fucking believe the shit I was reading. I just sat there and like, whoa, we're still drinking.
This episode is definitely how to get rid of a body. Here you go, Bricktop.
Oh, still on get rid of a body.
You're always going to have problems lifting a body in one piece. Apparently, the best thing to do is cut up a corpse into 6 pieces and pile it all together.
Someone won't mind telling me. Who are you?
And when you've got your 6 pieces, you've got to get rid of them. Because it's no good leaving it in the deep freeze for your mum to discover now, is it? Then I hear the best thing to do is feed them to pigs. You've got to starve the pigs for a few days, then the sight of a chopped up body will look like curry to a piss head. You've got to shave the heads of your victims and pull the teeth out for the sake of the pig's digestion. You could do this afterwards, of course, but you don't want to go sieving through pig shit now, do you? They will go through bone like butter. You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting, so be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm. They will go through a body that weighs 200 pounds in about 8 minutes. That means that a single pig can consume 2 pounds of uncooked flesh every minute. Hence the expression, as greedy as a pig.
There you go.
But I love bacon, though. I like bacon.
Love it.
It's greedy as a pig.
I think just throw Coca-Cola on it.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Who commented? I seen some people commenting about the Coca-Cola. What they say to do? Because now I got this whole like I'm gonna experiment with it type shit. I saw it too, Tori. Michelle, shit can burn the fat off my tummy. I wish it would. I'd be pouring that shit right on my stomach.
So I don't need to give you guys women anxiety, but the first human case of bird flu is reported in USA, in Colorado.
That's great.
We just get out of the pandemic. I don't know if you know, Dr. Fucci, you guys missed it on Wednesday. He did wave the white flag and said COVID is over officially by the CDC. A man in Colorado is the first human in the U.S. to test positive for bird flu, CDC. The case comes as H5N1 bird influenza tears through the U.S. So I hope we don't go through another epidemic.
Okay.
So, it's a bird flu because I know this is the dumbest fucking question, but it's a bird flu because it's from bird shit.
I would have to look it up. I don't even know how
avian birds? What'd you say, Dutch?
It's avian bird flu, so it's a strain of flu that comes from birds. I don't know if it's. I think it does pass through.
So,
okay.
Barely hear you.
So real quick, when the bird flu originally came out years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really smart. But what I'm about to say, don't question it. Okay. I'm really smart. But I had an airhead moment. Somebody was telling me, the bird flu, and I was like, well, what the hell? Is it a bunch of fucking chickens out there throwing up, running nose and shit? What is it? Because I'm a visual person, so I'm trying to picture in my head, like, how the fuck are birds getting flu? We get the flu. You know what I'm saying?
Sully, so I got somebody on the line. His name is Lonnie. He said,
"Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?" Why?
Man, that's one congested cock.
Mm-hmm.
He said, are they coughing? Do like the birds got the shits? Are they throwing up? They blowing their nose? They blowing their beaks?
You know what I'm saying? And then you taking the feathers off and selling that shit in the store. I'm like, what is going on in the
bird world? In the bird world. Your doctor, Mr. Bird.
I heard the bird flu was from some guy that had the flu and he fucked a chicken.
Oh, that's horrible. But even with the mad cow disease, I had one of those airhead moments. And I was like, so what is it? A bunch of fucking cows fighting on the farm?
Right, they're angry.
They're angry.
What are they fighting about?
Who pissed them off? They don't want to get milk no more. What's going on? So, I'm like, it's like I just didn't get it. I was like, maybe you should say it's something else instead of
literal
angry mad cow disease. Because I'm thinking, okay, we got mad cow. I'm putting your words together, and I'm not getting what you're saying because I'm thinking they're pissed off. And then you got the bird flu.
Just call it beefy red.
You know what I'm saying?
So oyster reefs in Texas are disappearing. Fishermen there fear their job will end. Texas closed the most public oyster reefs for harvesting, dealing with blowing to the fish industry is taking a big toll. So guess what, girls? Oysters, if you like them.
The state of Texas wants to help the recovery of oysters. The population has suffered from a decade of hurricanes and floods and oil spills and droughts. And the closing of almost all the public oyster reefs has drawn protests from harvesters. Katie Watkins reports.
At a dock near Galveston Bay, about an hour south of Houston, Johnny Jurisic climbs aboard his boat, the Mr. Jurisic. As he enters the bay, just a few other boats dot the horizon, an odd sight for what is normally peak oyster harvesting season.
Oh, you would have maybe about 40 or 50 boats working, scattered across this, all around us.
Currently, 25 of the state's 27 harvesting areas are already closed. The season normally runs from November through April, but many of the areas have been closed since mid-December, a move the state says is necessary to help the oysters rebound. But those in the oyster business, like Jurisic, worry about the sustainability of their industry and livelihoods.
It's been taking a big toll on me, actually. I started this right out of high school, so this is all I've ever done.
A fourth-generation fisherman and oyster wholesaler, he says his business is lucky to have some of the few private leases in Galveston Bay. But those oysters are usually saved for the off-season.
We started working in our private grounds, but way too early, so we know that this summer we're not going to have enough to supply our customers.
Jurisic drops the dredge into the waters. The boat slowly spinning in circles to harvest the bivalves from the reef below. He sorts through the oysters, keeping those over 3 inches and putting the smaller ones back into the water.
This is a baby oyster. This little red polka dot right here.
That's a baby oyster?
This is a baby oyster.
So are you guys big oyster fans?
I am.
Got them last week.
Unless you're gonna fry it, I'll eat it if it's fried, but I won't eat it as it's raw.
Right?
It's like snot, yo. It's like
I love oysters. I like oyster Rockefeller. Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
I got texture issues, and
like you're saying, like the hurricanes and all that. And there's always a happy ending, right? So there's going to be a guy that capitalizes on there, and he has one boat, and his name is
This reporter has
Forrest Gump.
In fact, only one actually survived the storm.
Louise, that's Forrest.
After that, shrimping was easy. Since people still needed them shrimps for shrimp cocktails and barbecues and all, we were the only boat left standing. Bubba got shrimps, what they got. We got a whole bunch of boats, 12 Jennies, big old warehouse. We even had hats that say Bubba Gump on them. Bubba Gump Shrimp. It's a household name. Hold on there, boy.
So,
and I actually like Gump's restaurant. I had it in Denver. I wonder if that's where they got their name from, because I like their clam chowder.
So Wednesday night, I texted my girlfriend and I said, "Did you see that the Powerball somebody won in Arizona?" And I go, I play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, right? Or those days. I never miss, but somehow I forgot. So it was 400 and whatever
71.
400 million. And it said Arizona, and I was like, man, Arizona has never won. And then I even got more upset, and I'm like, okay, is it like in Tuba City? No, it was in Gilbert. So it was in the Dutchman's area. So you're on the show. So did you not have the winning ticket?
No, I don't buy it.
Okay.
I saved my dollars, man. I drove right by that location, that QT that day, though. It's on Gilbert Road in Warner. Drove right by it.
Damn.
So
I don't buy it, and I'm still angry it wasn't me. I never buy it, but I'm like, God, that could have been me.
Could have been me.
471 million problems.
Yeah. So that's so it's funny because my dad is almost an 80-year-old man that collects baseball cards, right? When you're retired, you have nothing else to do. So when I went to see you about a couple weeks ago, I was at the Circle K by you because you said, hey, can you give me a fountain drink? And then Jack in the Box, somebody says, what is fountain drinks? So, but anyways, Jack in the Box. But I got a fountain drink for him, and it sounds funny, right? See, when someone says, oh, I want a fountain drink. But I ended up walking into the Circle K, and they had the Topps baseball cards. It was 67 cards for $12.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought them because I gave them to my dad. And every time I go to the east side, did you give me some more baseball cards? And I'm like, no, Dad, I didn't see any baseball cards. So there's a baseball card, Circle K. So Dutch, I know that's by your house. If you can pick up some baseball cards, let me know. My dad keeps bothering me. He's like, Are you going back to that spot? And I'm like, I don't know, Dad. I don't know what's going on in Gilbert, Dad. What is going on? So you have the jackpot of baseball cards and the Powerball winner. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the capital of the Mormon capital of the world.
Mormon capital of the world, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those baseball cards. So I was on 59th Avenue in Thunderbird, and I went to a baseball card real quick because I was like, my dad's looking for baseball card. The same package for 67 cards is $20 there, and it was only $12 at Circle K. So there you go.
So Gilbert is the Mormon. Wait, it's the Mormon capital of the world. What?
Yeah, that's where the church is.
Yeah,
that's right. No, Salt Lake is. It was just Gilbert. Gilbert and Mesa are very populated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's the Latter-day Saints people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a little culty.
Well, besides Mormon, Scientology has a church in Mesa, right? Scientology church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real culty shit.
That's really cool.
Covered.
Yeah.
I want to go into the big Mormon church and ask for John David. See if he's around.
Yeah, don't do that.
Joey Smith.
Or is it what's their last prophet? Wasn't it John David?
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith. One of those.
That's the most basic ass name too, Joe Smith.
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith. He's our prophet. What?
He's our prophet.
Did you guys ever watch the Scientology, the Leo Realm Scientology rabbit hole? Man,
That's
One of a kind pieces.
that shit crazy shit. Maybe like
Close 3-2 pitch.
She laid out all their dirty laundry.
I'm surprised she made it out alive. I bet
Yeah,
she got bought.
for real though.
While you're talking about that, I was watching an article about the whole Chris Rock, Will Smith slap. They say that is a norm thing in Scientology because Will Smith and Jada Pinkett they said they were members, but I guess slapping their what is that called? The parish or their whoever their members are, that's a form of authority. That's a form of authority in their church. So if you slap another member, you're basically saying you are bowing down to that member. So I don't know. I just saw that they like to abuse members underneath them.
Well, they do. They do that. But you're saying that Will and Jada were part of that Scientology?
Yep. Tom Cruise got him involved.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Way to go, Maverick.
Yep. So there you go. Some fuck shit on the Chris Rock, Will Smith stuff.
Wait, I'm confused because they didn't live that lifestyle, did they? Jada out here fucking young dudes. Like,
I don't know. They were did their own thing,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm real confused now. Now you're gonna have me jump down another rabbit hole. Tom Cruise he's fucking nuts. They're all fucking crazy. Mm-hmm.
They're all crazy. So no hitter. So 5 pitchers. They hit a no hitter out of 5 pitchers. So they were able to get no hitter out of 5 pitchers, which is never been done.
To the second. And Segura lines one to center. On comes Nimmo diving, and he made the catch. Nimmo with a split.
So that was the last out, but there was basically no hitter has never happened. I guess 5 different pitchers.
A no hitter's never happened in baseball.
No, 5 different pitchers. A no hitter's always happened in baseball. That's happened, but 5 different pitchers, no one got a hit off.
Copy that.
Oh wow.
So staying in baseball, Trevor Bauer faces new allegations. Women claims he choked her unconsciously during sex. This guy's a kind of a fuck story. He's a LA Dodger pitcher, but he just got out of the other case. Now he's back to another one. Among the allegations, the women's claim Bauer choked her during sex, which she agreed to during a certain point. However, she said ensuing encounters, he grabbed her throat until she passed out. I know that's a thing. You have sex until you choke somebody to your that's where the safe word comes in, right?
Yeah.
How do we erotic asphyxiation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
David Carradine. The old David Carradine action.
Yeah, Derek. Wait a minute, didn't he get hung up by his penis or something? Carradine?
I think they found him in a closet hanging from a belt, but I think his dick was in his hands
his dick was
in a kneeling position. So he was asphyxiating himself and passed out and hung himself.
Oh, David Carradine.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know how hot that is doing it to yourself. That's when you got issues.
Yeah.
Or extreme boredom with too much money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like I said, rich people are on some weird fuck shit. They get some cool shit. They get all that money and all that time. They're like, let's see how I can bust a nut. Let's get in this closet with this belt. I'm like, what? That's fucking crazy.
Let's get in this closet with this belt.
Yeah, let's get in this closet and bust a nut real quick. Yeah, no. Like, I like to be choked a little bit, right? Choke rough me up, choke a little rough. But, motherfucker, don't make me lose consciousness. Right? Don't make me lose consciousness. When I start I'm gasping. If I can't even get a word out, know that me looking like I'm gonna pass out is my safe word. Let go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tap out. Tap out. Okay. like, bro, don't keep going. And I really feel like that's something that you have to build trust with that person. You can't just let anybody fucking choke you nowadays. Like, I can really fucking trust you to let you put your hand around my fucking neck.
No waterboarding?
Oh, hell. I'm fucking slapping and shit. That is not sexy. I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
Are you waterboarding on the side? What's going on?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Waterboarding?
No.
Have you ever been choked where you feel like, okay, that's just a bit too much there, buddy. Just a little bit too much.
You said you're into waterboarding with that new guy you're with.
She get waterboarded with tears.
You got me choking.
Exactly. See, like I'm gonna need you to. Vision's getting faded real quick.
So the NFL had their draft, and here's the top 2 draft. Number 2 was the Lions. Here you go. I don't hear no sound out of it.
I don't hear no sound, but I'm still dancing.
Defensive end, Michigan.
They were 30th in sacks. This is going to change with Aidan Hutchinson. He is a polished professional pass rusher. He can beat you with speed. He can beat you with power. He's going to get a handful of them just purely off of the maniacal effort that he plays with, Charles.
And this is more than just what you're getting with all of that as well. The Detroit Lions continue to talk about their culture, changing their locker room, changing the forces that are there in Detroit. And I get the sense from management there, David Shaw, that this is a management that's willing to work with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, the GM, build this locker room, build this group. Aidan Hutchinson fits everything you're looking for.
So number 2, they select Aidan Hutchinson from U of M of Michigan. So the boy stays home. He stays in Michigan.
Stays home. I'm happy for him.
Okay.
He's a beast.
So now your mom can switch from Green Bay and she can go get a Hutchinson jersey.
She will. She will. And she's a U of M fan, so, she loving that.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys survive.
I'm happy for him. His family looked real happy he got to stay home. That you got to think when you go to school, you go to school, college in Michigan, and you get to play for the Lions. I know they're not, they're the Lions, but that's pretty fucking dope, right? How his family gets to come to home games and stuff. I think it's pretty cool.
How was that growing up where your mom was a U of M fan and you were a Sparty fan? How does that work?
Oh, my mom talks mad shit. My mom's a mad shit talker, right? So she, at any chance, there was a house divided for sure. And then Zach was a shit talker, so him and my mom used to go at it, right? They just running their mouths at each other any chance they could get. My mom's a diehard blue and gold fan, base blue. She's diehard. So you just had to accept it.
Yeah, they accept it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was all good fun. Shit talking, all good fun, right? Healthy shit talking.
They select number 1. Here it is.
The first pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travon Walker, linebacker, Georgia.
Who, somewhere in the middle of this process, was projected to go in the mid-20s and has chosen to be home in Atlanta, surrounded by his big family. Didn't want to be here away from anybody that he loved that helped him get to this point. Having a moment he will live with the rest of his life. The Jaguars selecting Travon Walker with the number 1.
Man, that's got to be such a nerve-wracking situation if you're waiting for a selection, you know what I mean, to be in that seat. You know what I mean?
So some of them got to go there and other ones got to stay home.
Well, I don't know. Maybe COVID. Maybe it's up to them, or maybe they want to celebrate with their family. Yeah, because they will make the initial press conference once they issue him the jersey. So that will be important. So.
Mm-hmm. My mom just commented, "Go blue." Did you see that pop up?
Yeah.
She's listening. She did not miss that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool to be surrounded by your family and you get drafted. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome to get drafted,
Mm-hmm.
especially going number one because you automatically, money's there. You know what I mean? Like you're signing checks right there. So this moves on to the topic of the show. This is John's One Way to Die, an hour to prepare. How would you choose your outro? Would there be a song? If so, which one? There's a little clip of 1,000. This was on, I can't remember where this was, but it showed basically 1,000 ways to die in gruesome ways. But I'm just going to play this clip.
Oh, that feels so much better.
Tonight might well have been a first for Laurie. Instead, it would be her last. Before crossing the street, Laurie steps into a shallow puddle next to a traffic pole. She doesn't see the exposed wires at the bottom of the pole. She doesn't know they were feeding thousands of volts of raw current into the water.
The fact that she was standing in a puddle of water increased her conductivity for an electrical shock. The fact that she was barefoot greatly increased her probability that she would be shocked very severely.
Laurie is about to learn a scientific truth the hard way. Wet skin has 10 times the conductivity of dry. By placing her hand on the metal pole, Laurie becomes a human serpent.
Basically, what happened to her is that she completed an electrical circuit. If the light pole was made of metal, it's grounded, of course, because it's mounted in the ground. So she completed an electrical circuit that caused enough current to pass through her body, from her feet, through her hands where she was touching the pole, that caused defibrillation of the heart, which means the heart stops, basically. There's enough current and enough voltage there that caused electrocution. So she died of electrical shock.
So that is number 840 of how you die. But that way you die, that's unpredictable, right? Very unpredictable. It's very accident. I think Tori was telling me about of someone that she works with recently, and she lost her sons. One fell when he was on a bike, fell and hit his head. The other one, a car, he was going down the street and a car fell on top of him. Those are things that they're unpredictable, right? You can walk out to your car and you die because whatever, the car blows up. They're just unpredictable the way you die. But if there was a nuclear fallout and we all had an hour to live, I think this is the more of the question. You had one way to die. Like, do you prepare yourself? Do you have a song? There's so many different ways if you know you're dying, right? You can actually, pray, whatever you want to do, right? There was a nuclear bomb headed to the U.S., if there was an asteroid. But what more would you prepare for, Dutch? Because I know this was your question. How would you prepare? And would you have a song?
Oh, you're on mute. There you go.
I'm always prepared. Yeah, my song would be probably No Hard Feelings from the Avid Brothers.
By who?
The Avid Brothers.
Oh, okay. No Hard Feelings.
Kind of a chill song, but a cool song. But I would die from an elevated perspective in regards to skydiving.
Oh, that's cool.
Without a parachute.
And so was there a song involved?
I don't know. I thought about that question. Like, I didn't, besides being around my loved ones, I don't know. I just couldn't wrap my ideal, if I knew I was going to die, not because it was a nuclear war, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to make sure I'm on a cruise ship, have all my family, and, we're going to watch the sunset down together. Like, that's my thing, because I want to be around water and, be real big, that's my thing. That's my piece. So, I don't know. I don't know if I had a song besides I'm coming out, I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to know.
Yes.
I thought about it in several ways. Like, I didn't think nuclear bomb because that's like we're all dying. We're all, what the fuck? Let's just do some fuck shit real quick, right? But if it was just me, I thought two ways. One, like you said, being surrounded with my family. I probably would, if I could, but it's hard to be able to get everybody together in an hour. I would probably send out a mass text or email telling everyone I love them. I'd try to tell people in general who I, just have that last moment with them. Or I personally, though, would like to just pass in my sleep. I don't want to, I don't want no crazy shit. Now, if I could do something unrealistic, I would rob like the U.S. Treasury or like a bank or something with a lot of money and give it away to my family. I would go out in a blaze of glory like that. Like, if I could know that I could get the money to them, like maybe like the Italian Job type shit real quick, but in an hour, right? Just skim it down to an hour instead of the 2-hour movie, skim it to an hour and I could get away with it. That's what I would do. I would totally fucking just boss up and leave everybody money and go out with a bang like that, right? Cool as fuck. And then just drive off into the sunset. I'd even get blown up if that was the case, if I could leave that money. That'd be fucking cool, right? Just blow me up in a little fucking Fiat, like, bam, she was a fucking G, right? Hit a tree like Fast and Furious, some shit like that. Song-wise, right.
Not good.
I mean, hey, if I'm leaving money and yeah, I said what I said. So fuck it. Hey, look how fucking cool Paul Walker still fucking is, right? He's
I give it to him, but the way he died,
he was Liberty News. He wasn't fucking so anyways, song-wise, I thought of a lot, right? I was like, man, I got a lot of fucking theme songs to my life. But two that I really like, Pat Benatar, Warrior, right?
Oh, yes.
I fucking rocked to that song. That was a song me and my son had together. I kid you not, the day after he passed, that song popped on first car ride in the car. That's my shit. And it's empowering. And then go a little more like new old school, Mary J, Just Fine. So I love me some Mary J. If there's ever something that's fucking popping off, she's like, you know what? My life's just fine. Let's dance. So those would be my two.
So here is the final scene before the world ends in Dogma.
What the hell are you doing?
We have about 5 minutes left to live. The whole world's gonna end. You said you'd fuck me. We can get naked with the love.
You would put that out there.
Of course. Two wants to go out fucking. I'm like, let's rub a bacon, hit a tree.
I will get my last cum.
Just don't let us find you in a closet with a belt, okay?
What's your song, D?
I think. Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Hello, Darkness. What was it? Who sang that?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Sound of Silence.
Simon
and Garfunkel, wasn't it?
Yeah, Simon and Garfunkel.
That's a deep one to go out to. What? Well, shit. Okay, that's some deep shit.
Yeah.
We got like a warrior anthem. Me and Mary J are jitting.
Okay, and I'm talking about I'm going out. I'm like, hey.
I'm listening to Michael fucking Bolton.
Yeah, you don't think hello, Mr.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. because a vision softly creeping left it.
No, that's not the Hello, My Darkness.
I mean, yeah, it's a good.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Right? He looks over at her. She's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Right. That beach seems nice.
I always get a headache afterwards.
Right.
He's all laying there with a headache. Ah.
That's too funny.
So that was So your I already know what your song is, Dutch. What was Tori? What was your song?
I had two because I liked Pat Benatar Warrior and Mary J. Blige. Just Fine.
Okay.
She says, "I won't change my life. My life's just fine, fine, fine." Yeah.
And then yours, Shelly Show.
I'm coming out.
I'm coming out.
Girl, no.
So I don't know. Is your final scene? You know, when you died, do you see all like the glorious? Like, do you relive like everything that's happened? This is one of my favorite scenes of Vanilla Sky. Is the end, and he sees his whole life. Do you really think someone says, "I see my whole life flashing for me when you flash in front of me when you die"?
We'll see you in another life when we are both cats.
So do you think that's what happens? You see your whole life flash in front of you?
Now, I mean, I've had that happen when someone close to me has passed away, and I get those glimpses of those moments. Me and that person, had together. But
blips, real quick blips. They say that when you pass that, when you cross over that, you kind of have like a mini review real quick once you've, entered a different realm, is what I've read. I think everybody has a different opinion. There are people who have crossed over and come back, who literally said, and the doctors are like, they were dead for 5 minutes and they came back. They stopped breathing. They were gone, and they say they see a white light. They see, a lot of people say white light, sound, empty noise, or they see again their whole. I don't know about their whole life, but they definitely see blips and visions of things. I believe that you have a recap a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my opinion.
That's your opinion. Well, thanks for your opinion. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks, guys. Great show. That's pretty much all I have. Shelley, where can I find you at?
I changed my Facebook, so now you can find me on my Facebook. So it's Shelly Shell on Facebook.
I tried to thank you, and all I could think about was Lonnie.
He said to me the other day, he goes, did Michelle shut her Facebook down? I said, no, why? He was like, is she blocking people? I said, no. Oh, she changed her name.
Yeah.
Like, I can't fucking find her.
Shelly Shell on Facebook. And Shell on Instagram. And Shell is me on Snapchat. And CH Refuge, if you want to drop me some cash on my Cash App.
Yeah, she's paying for a wedding sprinkler.
Yes, please. help me help them. So
right? Mother of the bride duties, sprinkle it.
Man, I'll tell you,
That's a whole nother
topic. A whole nother topic. So share the love, help the community.
Share the love.
CH Refuge on Cash App.
Are you accepting any dick pics?
You know, it wouldn't be mine. I think maybe entertaining in between me binging on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And then I can share them and be like, "What do you think?" You know, we have a whole little
7. No. We do that. We get little cards.
That's right.
3.
And then reply like, "This one was the winner."
Did you create your Instagram? I know you said you did. I can't remember if you did or not.
Yeah, my Instagram is Shelvon17.
No,
but I am working on my Sweetie Teas. So,
how about you, Dutch? Did you create your Instagram?
At Dutch Tadpole.
At Dutch Tadpole. If you want to find out what's going on with Dutch, go to Dutch Tadpole. How about Tori Savage Kitty? Where can they find you?
As always, you can find me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, The Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter, Tori Smooches on Snapchat, and if you want to sprinkle my Cash App, it's Tori Rochelle 1111.
1111. Okay, you can find me everywhere on Drake Swift on all platforms. Make sure you guys tune in next Wednesday. I think I'm out, so let me hit this button right here. Some button I can't find. There it is. Peace, y'all. Make sure you guys are always washing your hands. Mask is not, you don't have to wear it anymore, but make sure you guys are always washing your hands. Peace out.
Peace out.